Hi, this is Andy Doctor. If you have an older car and don't have tire pressure monitor system, or if you have a newer car, it does have TPMS, but it's those indirect system that doesn't show you the air pressure. This video is for you. You can spend just about $20 and buy a system from Amazon and you are good to go. Let me show you how to do it. I will give you a link to Amazon in the description so you don't need to search. I also give you different options so you can compare and pick the one that fits best of your need. Some of them use lighter as power source, but the one I got use solar panel, which is a lot cooler, obviously. So this is the box that I got. By the way, I have used the system for a few months now and it worked perfectly, but to make a complete video I decided to take everything out, restore it as well as I could. So for that effort, could you please like this video, or even better, subscribe to my channel. So it's a rather nice looking box, but let's open it up and you will see we have a menu. The fonts are small but readable. You have a double-sized tape. You even have a USB charging cable, and this is the monitor device. A few simple buttons, okay? You have a tool with 4 nuts. I will tell you why the nuts are important later when we install them on the car. And obviously you have 4 sensors which are designated for 4 different wheels with label. So very simple. My suggestion actually is this: charge the head units, whatever you want to call this one, with USB power adapter first and use it. Okay, the solar panel should be able to support normal use for years probably. Now for the last few months it stay fully charged without using the charging cable anymore, so solar power do all the job. Anyway, let's go to the car and let me show you how to install it on the car. So let's install the sensor, and of course we are going to do one at a time. First of all, remove the cap. And remember the 4 nuts. We are going to put 1 nut into it. Just thread with your finger. That should be good enough. And now pick up the right sensor. This is the front passenger side, so that is the right one to go. And we're just going to thread onto it. And yes, some air will come out. That's totally normal. And then it should seal. Okay. Now turn it until you could not turn it anymore. And this is critical. You want to untie the nut and make it contact with the sensor. And in fact, there is an included tool that you need to use. You want to turn it counterclockwise in order for it to be tight. And the reason for that is simple. Okay, now remember we installed the sensor using finger. You were thinking that you should be able to remove it with just finger. Now with a locking nut tight, you could not do that anymore. It doesn't work anymore. Okay, so this is to prevent people from stealing your sensor actually. So again, keep in mind, put the nuts on first and then put the sensor on, and then turn the nuts counterclockwise to the left in order for the two to stay tightly together. And now you need a tool to remove it. I will show you how to remove it in the later part of the video, obviously. So go to the other 3 wheels and then we can turn on the machine. After putting all the 4 sensors onto the right wheel, first thing first, I suggest you put the tool and the 4 cap somewhere inside your car, because you are going to need them if you ever need to take out the sensor, for example. And now let's start the machine and see how the number look like. So here is the power button. Hey, yep, the tire pressure is up also with the temperature actually of the tire, which is not too important for me, but maybe important for some people. And by the way, this car does take 39 psi if you think the pressure is high. So let's put the console inside the car and talk about something else. So I put the console right in front of the steering wheel using the included double-sized tape, and this is my 2006 XC90 V8 with almost 265,000 miles. Go Volvo! So that pretty much it. A couple of things that you may be wondering. First of all, you may ask, does that change the balance? Because we do add a little bit of weight onto the wheel. I have driven it for a few months now, and many times on the highway, I did not feel anything. The sensors are not heavy enough to change anything significant in terms of balance, I believe. Another one, though, of course, is you may think the console is on constantly, but it's actually a lot smarter than that. It detects vibrations. If you turn off the car, within a few minutes, it will turn the power off. The second you shut down your door, because that will create some vibration, it turns on. And when you are driving, of course, you know, the car is jumping slightly up and down on the road. It stay running actually. So it doesn't stay on all the time. So that saves battery. And like I said, the solar panel is good enough to make it fully in charge. I hope you can see that actually. You see that? Fully in charge for a few months. So this system is really nice, and I'm really happy with it. So hopefully this video will make you make your decision to get a system if you do need one. I will show you how to remove a sensor after this. But let me say this, thank you very much for watching this video. If you could please like this video, or even better, subscribe to my channel. And yes, link to Amazon for buying those systems or some other related systems are in the description, so you can check it out and you don't need to search. Thank you again. Bye bye. Let me show you how to remove the sensor. You want to use the included tool, and by the way, I put the monitor out here so you can see the current air pressure. As we removing it out, you will see the air pressure drop and it start beeping. Of course, that's exactly what you want. So you want to turn the locking nuts clockwise. Okay, and then you want to grab it and turn it out, and now you take it out. Simple as that. And you see it's beeping because right now the sensor is sensing the outside air. It has 0 psi. Of course, that's not what the monitor wants to see.